Here it is, the end of August, 31st, 2021. Time index is 10:28 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're John C. Richmond, California. What's going on? No, I just couldn't sleep. I had to get back to sleep, but couldn't sleep. So, I had to dig into the controversies again. And what I've been digging up is, yep, same old shit, different day. Apparently when you got politicians still digging up these other claims left and right that can't, or seemingly sounded like they're full of notable scientific people in there saying this stuff. And for the common layman who actually looks at this stuff, credentials are supposed to be meaning something, except all of this crap anyway. When you got politicians still pushing other people's agenda down people's throats, it's not even funny these days. It gets even worse. Mask mandates are not needed, and yet the COVID is surging. We've got medications out there supposed to be stopping it, but they're animal medications for different conditions, but they're supposed to be useful, according to what these so-called politicians who got so-called medical doctor degrees. We got PhDs in different areas instead of what it is supposed to be. We're going to be talking about infectious diseases or medications, pharmacological. We're going to be talking about that. I'm telling you, this stuff works over here, and it sounds like snake oil salesmen all over again. Still trying to maintain their political seats and power left and right, while peddling or where. So yeah, apparently America has gotten used to the peddling power at this point over here. We'll try this one. There's other schmucks out there who claim that they are doctors in different areas, left and right, and keep peddling that. Vaccine passports are an obscenity to freedom and liberty. Well, if we've got other countries looking for passports and they're using a damn thing at this point over here, why are you bitching about them? Oh, I'm sorry, you've got a problem with us using vaccine passports here. Because, what, it marks us as inhuman. So, apparently so. So I suppose we need to get our population decreased a great deal by death and disease at this point over here before the politicians actually wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. So the politicians tried to wake up too late and got run over by the turnip truck. There. Meanwhile, there's been reports in the news media concerning about other reporters, or actually other idiots like the infamous Rush Limbaugh, who kept peddling bullshit left and right. Well, these guys kept saying anti-vaccine, anti-COVID, anti-this, anti-that. Well, they're dead. Plain truth. The conservative idiots, they're dead. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles and California, we got one who's still peddling it out. Doesn't want the kids to get the vaccine. They're too damn young. And yet we got these kids in the hospital dying. It doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter to him that the hospitals are filling up left and right. But people will listen to conservatives because it is their right. They want to hear something different than a liberal point of view. That's fine. In a democracy, we're supposed to have different points of view at this point. And we're not always supposed to be agreeing. Except when we have a dire situation that's killing us left and right. It's like the sky is falling. No, it isn't. Oops, there goes another splat right on the ground there. Someone just got nailed by a piece of meteor falling from the sky. But I'm sorry, the sky is not falling its way over here. We don't have meteors shooting through the sky and splatting us to the ground. No, it's a perfectly clear sky without the damn streaks all over the place and screaming and yelling all over the place because people get splattered. But no, it's a perfectly good sky. Perfectly clean. Oh yeah, the air is perfectly clean. It's going over here, despite the fact we've got fires happening all over the damn place, smoke going, blowing over the the country, let alone the world. But no, we don't have any fire problems. We're fine. Everything's a nice, comfortable, temperate degrees, even though we're triple degrees right now. And fire season's been increasing throughout the decades. But no, we're fine at this point. Hurricanes have gotten stronger and worse. Damages have become worse. But no, we're fine. Oh, by the way, did you know that drugs actually kind of try to take care of animals' medical needs are also safe for human beings? Let's say, for example, if a cow actually gets mad cow disease and we got a vaccine for it, hey, don't you know this thing is going to be working for our C19 issue? I say these things facetiously and sarcastically because I know YouTube and Google like to do checks on these damn things to see if anything and everything's accurate. And when I start making examples like this, it gets their attention left and right. I am making political statements. I'm also making statements against the stupidity of people who don't backtrack and don't fact check anything. We're not skeptical enough. We have to be led over damn cliffs left and right. So I might as well set up shop on the side of the road and just sell tickets for other spectators who could sit over there and just watch the whole thing. Maybe get some popcorn and watch it as people go over the edge into self-destruction because you're ignorant as hell. Meanwhile, the rest of us who are trying to struggle for survival, such as wearing masks left and right, trying to protect our ass left and right, it may be the most feeble damn thing around here, but you know, it's the best thing we've got right now. Oh, and also getting our arms stabbed because it's not the right thing to do, it's the health thing to do at this point. And if you got health conditions at this point over here, you still need a vaccine to protect your ass from what the scientists and the medical doctors have been telling people all along. Except if you're in certain categories, which I'm not going to say which they are because I'm not a medical professional over here and I'll get my ass reamed by YouTube and Google. But there are categories out there. The doctors will tell you whether or not you fit or don't fit to get the vaccine according to the medical rules and establishments and the guidelines that they have to go by. So it's getting that damn thing out of there. But you're still going to listen to the politicians because they think they know better. They found, oh, look at this thing. I found this article over here from this knothead over here. Let's post it up over here. This sounds so damn neat. Let's tell the world about it. Let's tell the world. Let's convince them that the world's coming to an end. No, the world's not coming to an end. We're not falling into a black hole. We're just oblivious to it, that's all. Even though we're getting shrunk, torn apart atom by atom, screaming and yelling because our own damn existence is being winked out of reality of hell. What the hell? It's only a gravitational singularity that's squeezing us to death, but no, we think it's otherwise. Much to the fact that we've got a virus that's mutating itself left and right, turning out to be worse than a beef flick that you've seen concerning about outbreaks and stuff like that, and this damn thing's a nightmare. So maybe it is the end of days that we're dealing with here. So how are you going to be dealing? You still going to be listening to the politicians as they're trying to drive you off the road? Or are you going to be listening to your own damn self and your own damn guts at this point over here, whatever you can research that sounds legitimate? Who do you trust and who do you not trust? Who do you believe and who do you not believe? And the thing of it is, trust is a two-way street. You trust them and they trust you to have the information correct and to implement it. Because they're trusting you to do so, you're trusting them that the information is accurate and valid and truth and reality-based. You're trusting people who have the expertise. Theoretically, if they've got the right expertise in the right field, that is. Of course, you can look at a damn eye doctor and look at him and think he understands about virology. He's a virologist, not an ophthalmologist. But an ophthalmologist thinks he knows anything about infectious diseases. Worse, he starts promoting medications that cause more harm than damage. Actually, more harm than good, actually. And then you have other politicians out there screaming and yelling their heads off concerning about the telecommunication companies out there and the social media giants out there, that if they happen to comply with subpoenas or actually requests from a commission, they're going to be breaking the law. Well, I'd like to challenge that particular sorry son of a bitch. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? The same silly recluse that seems to be having a problem with his ego being massaged, who represents Kern County, California. Yeah, you guys know who I'm talking about. He's the loudmouth out there. He thinks he's Trump's right-hand man, and he's going to be kissing his royal ring again, trying to get Trump back into office again. Yeah, you see, I have no great love for any one of those guys. They lie through their teeth just to keep the damn jobs. But no, he's McCarthy is the schmuck I keep talking about, is threatening the communication companies out there. The ones that have actually gotten information, actually have get access to information. And that the January 6th Commission wants to get facts on. But no, they're not entitled to the facts because McCarthy is afraid. And he's threatening lawsuit there. Or threatening the majority of the Republican Party won't like these guys too much. When you have somebody threatening in that particular fashion, that's not democracy. No, that's not democracy. That's bully. That's a whiner baby still stuck in his damn sandbox. I'm going to tell my mommy on you. I'm going to tell my daddy on you because you're trying to find out what the hell I've been doing wrong over here, even though I've been saying all these nasty things about you. You can't do that. Only I can do that against you. So, apparently, the political game is still tearing each other apart left and right. If you've been noticing the videos, I have no great love for the Trump party or the Trump followers at all. I got no great love for it or respect. And yeah, I'm a die-hard, indictable, libtard, a liberal, Democrat. Problem is, not many Democrats I actually agree with. Not many Democrats I actually will support unless I know that I can support these guys because they're on the ball. Or actually if they are legit. Case in point, California Governor, Gavin Newsom. As said before in some of the other videos I've done on him, Gavin Newsom has been having his issues ever since inheriting the job from good old Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown, the environmentalist at this point over here, wanted to get a clean, high-speed rail just like every other country might have. Why can't California have one? Why do we need something polluting? Well, I can understand about the environmental impact. I can understand about having something that might be environmentally safe for all of us, including green technologies of sorts. And right now, we need to try something to get reversing of the climate problems. The only thing is, people aren't believing it and buying it. Even though we are burning up, we are swamping up, we are dying as a planet. I'm saying that because that's what's happening. Look at the scientific data at this point over here, argue if you will. And I probably will say the truth is out there. Well, it's already been out there. It's already been published for decades in the damn journals and publications out there. And there has been differing pieces out there to counterbalance that one as well. So it's going to be up to people to decide what's real and what's not. Meanwhile, we're still burning up. Our drop's continuing. Hurricanes are getting worse. Monsoons are going to be tearing our asses apart left and right. Oh yes, we're going to be having more forest fires because our atmospheric conditions are extremely worsening at this point over here. The hell, got no problems right now. The sky's not falling. It's still clear, despite the fact we got meteors falling around all over the damn place and smacking everybody else and putting them into reddish goo. Maybe Chicken Little was right, except unfortunately Chicken Little was the first one that got smacked. And I used the meteor analogy over here as an example because the metaphor fits. Reality is trying to rain down on us. We put up an umbrella, try to protect ourselves from the reality trying to rain all over us. By the time you realize that the truth is out there, the umbrella's already busted up left and right. What protection did you have? Nothing. Regarding the vaccine passports, CDC, baby. Other countries besides the United States wants to see these to find out if we are importing our infectious diseases across the water. Do they not have a right as well to protect their own borders, their own people, their own health? Well, we have to be the human rights nation out here by saying every nation cannot comply with this. Well, I hate to say it, but our politicians are full of shit. The other countries are going to be closing up their damn borders and trying to do everything else they can to protect their people. I'm not going to be pissy with them about it. Of course, our own politicians will, because they want the damn political votes. They still want political survival. If I have to go out of country, either by car, by plane, by boat, I have to carry this damn thing. Much like a regular U.S. official sponsored, doled out passport that says I am a United States citizen. This is issued, this is authorized. Well, I don't have one of those damn things yet. I have the state IDs. That's about it. Don't like it, tough shit. I'm not planning on going out of state just yet. But if I did, I'd like to get me a damn U.S. passport. But then again, I gotta have a need to go outside the country then. I gotta have the means and I gotta have the ability to do so. So if I'm going to be having the means and the opportunity to do so, possibly the time for that, gee, what a concept. Now the thing is, if I just bring no passport, just my ID, I'm screwed. I don't have a passport. But let's say if I did have a passport, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, I need another passport. What do you mean? You have a vaccination passport. This goes against my liberties. Are you kidding me? This goes against everything I believe. I will not show this to anybody because I am an American without the capital A in front of it. And without the C in the middle of the name. But I am patriotic to the blue, white, red. Uh-huh. How far is that going to get me? Not very much. Blue, white, red. Okay, well, if you look at the flag, it is blue, white, red. Turn the damn thing upside down. Look at it. It's blue, white, red. Or you can say it's white, red, blue. God forbid you should actually use red, white, blue. If you happen to use that combination, don't burn the damn thing to death. Because you can't protest anybody. Not allowed to protest. Not allowed to do anything with the damn with the flag. because the colors and the flag itself, the fabric, is absolutely sacred because it represents our country. Yes, it does. But then again, we have freedom of speech that we can actually desecrate the living crap out of the damn thing. We can actually kneel when we felt like kneeling during the national anthem. And we refuse to put our hands above the heart if we actually have something against the federal government. We have an issue that still needs to be addressed. It hasn't been. We still have the right to do so. We still have the freedom of speech to do so. The issue with that is it does not, the Constitution, guarantee us protection from the consequences of said actions. The actions taken by the federal government is one thing, or a government source within the United States of America. I can say and do something as a political statement, and if I happen to do something on public land, might be considered either a violation of a rule or regulation or something like that. But if I'm doing it as a political statement, I can't knock it against my ass. Plus, of course, we're going to be starting a forest fire at the same time. It's sort of together. But if I'm going over to Citizen Joe Public's house, take the flag and desecrate the living crap out of it, that's a different story altogether. Private property is one thing. But desecrating it because you know that the other guy is a veteran, it's a different story altogether. And they don't take too kindly for having a flag desecrated like that. They do not. Especially if those veterans know how much they've already sacrificed for the blood of it. And I know how much they get pissed off and upset about this. Because desecrating the flag is like desecrating everything of United States history and everything else that we fought and died for. But the thing of it is, you still have to look at it from a different perspective, even though they don't. Those guys lived and died for our freedoms and our right to protest, even in the most absurd, asinine, insane way of doing things that'll definitely get our butts kicked royally. Let's still protect the freedom of speech. So following along those lines of logic over here, if I've already confused the living crap out of you, why would this piece of paper scare the hell out of people? Quite frankly, why would it? Why should it? Because now we're dealing with the situation regarding our health situation. If people need to know that we're going to be healthy enough to go into a damn facility of any sort, they want to find out whether or not we're actually going to be carrying a damn plague with them or not. Especially one specific. And because this bug has been mutating left and right, there's no guarantee that we're actually going to be 100% healthy, despite the fact we may have the quote-unquote natural antibodies for that in the first place. The reason why we get stabbed with the booster shots is to make sure our immune system is to a point where we're not being the carriers. We're not being the destroyers of civilizations because of the plague that we carry. People keep forgetting history left and right of what we've done. They have different ways of looking at things, different perspectives. It gets even worse and worse. The more I keep trying to understand this world, the more I keep trying to understand even from the stale, dusty old books that are being presented to us of what was back then. It seems like we're following a pattern of desecrating our history and our knowledge base by burning books of sorts. You heard me right. We're not actually causing the damn bonfires, but we are getting rid of our history one way or another, or trying to reformulate it so it doesn't sound as bad as things were, or are. And no, that's not a pirate thing either. People don't want to know about it. Apparently the generation I've got is dying off left and right, realizing that the new generation is going to be clueless as hell, and the older generation are just as terrified as hell of living. Are they afraid of dying as well? Especially when you have a bug ready to kill them. But apparently they are, so if I'm going to be implementing a line or paraphrasing a line from Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, if they're going to go, they might as well go and decrease the surplus population. I'll leave that with you.